tons at 11 in the morning often. But
Well, it is nice that better to lose data before the event started than like in the middle of the event.
yeah, exactly. So we definitely, as we discussed this, we saw some very interesting decks at Gen Con. We saw some interesting decks at BronyCon. Of course, we shouldn't discount things like Cruel Mistress, which was obviously a very strong control deck and had some neat plays, and of course, the classic rock variants that were out there. Sweetie Belle Mill is real strong.
Sleep Bell's super good, man.
Oh, there we go. Okay, looks like they are actually underway here.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to jump right in here. So looks like we've got, well, you were right about a lot of Bluna. It's a Bluna v Bluna matchup. And it looks like one of these is actually going to be Bluna Orange with double Night Glider coming down already to T-Rex Reign of Terror. And that's a lot of
You
power.
think his opponent likes that?
I'm going to say his opponent probably doesn't. So
No.
this is kind of interesting. We've seen the inverse of Spookum Makookum here, in that it's running Bluna with orange as a secondary color instead of running Applejack with blue as a secondary color.
So I'm willing to bet that the player on the left is Mono Bluna, seeing that Scootaloo and that Ember.
Yeah, I think that definitely makes sense. Video is going to reconnect here in just a moment. I'll try to get the score up when that happens. There we go.
Huh. Do we know the score, aside from the fact that that was just, what, 4, 6, 7 points?
Yeah, it looks like it's 9 points on the Bluna Orange player's side, and for Mono Blue, I don't think we have a score quite yet. Although Bluna is flipped, and so it's reasonable to assume he's at least 1 point.
Yeah.
We see a Thunder Lane on that side, definitely something you'd be running in Mono Bluna, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Buckball Championship, some of the cheap rainbow dashes just to try to move stuff around.
Everything in his hand looks blue, so probably Mono Blue.
And we'll see if we can get the exact score. Okay, so he might end up going for a DFO here if he can. We'll have to see.
Looks like 5 AT needs a 6 at his problem and only 4 at Buckball, so...
He has call in the Dream Cavalry. Is he really going to call in the Dream Cavalry just to move Scootaloo so he can play the hasty Night Glider afterwards? I mean, it's a play. I just don't know if it's necessarily the best one. No, he's just going to go for trash. See, I would not have played the Dilemma here if you're not going to go for the DFO. That's just asking for trouble, especially since your opponent has Night Gliders on the field.
Yeah, giving your opponent the opportunity to just move in some Night Gliders seems risky at best.
Yeah, we'll have to see what's going on here. Now, the trashed on Wonderbolt Stadium is going to be helpful because it means that his opponent's likely going to not be able to both move Luna and both of his Night Gliders up there. Right. And I think that's really what he's trying to prevent here. Spitfire. Okay. Putting those 3 tokens into play and then probably moving up a Night Glider to Buckball? Is that what you think?
Yeah, that sounds likely.
So that's going to put him at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, plus another 2 for the problem, 15 versus 5. And going up to 11. And that's going to be game. Well, that was fast.
Well, okay, that happened. Man, we missed like half of that game.
Well, no, we caught the biggest part. That was 7 points, and then immediately another a lot.
Yeah, I still win by more. 2 bonus and 2 Night Glider game.
And there you go. Well, that was fast.
7 minutes.
7-minute game.
Opening hand.
Well, okay.
Well, I'm glad we didn't miss a whole lot, I guess. There were a couple of Rutherfords down. It looks like there were some frightening provisions, but man, Night Glider is just so strong.
Turn
Very, very strong there. Okay, so what should we discuss now? I mean, I mean, there's a good thing that we can draw attention to here. Do you think that running a monocolor aggro deck in this meta is ever going to be correct?
Well, if that's the player I think it is, he did make top 8 at Everfree with that deck. That being said, I personally am not a huge fan of Mono Bluna. I know we have a huge fan of it down in Colorado Springs. He swears by it, and he does reasonably well with it. And it is fast, but it's also very, very glass cannon-y.
Yep, so that game goes to Bigwig. And Max put up the best attempt he could, given the insane start from his opponent.
Yeah, okay, that was Max. That's what I thought.
Okay. I was actually speaking more in general terms, not just Bluna, but actually mono-colored aggro in general in this meta. And, you know, this could be things like Thorax with yellow, even Fluttershy, of course, is strong. Pink with Vinyl or with Ambassador of Laughter. You know, there's a couple different choices that are out here. Even, I guess, Rarity or Sweetie Belle somehow. I don't really know how you'd make that work. But I think the key weakness that all of those decks are going to end up having is that by constraining yourself to one specific color, you're not going to be able to have the utility to answer various opposing threats that you will if you splash into a secondary or in some cases even into a tertiary.
Yeah, that's my personal problem with it as well.
And as you mentioned, this is...
You do... The trade-off, though, is you don't have to worry about entry.
Oh, for sure. But when you're talking about an aggro deck, you know, you look at the colors that are typically going to be associated with aggro, and you're usually going to see blue, and you're usually going to see yellow, and, you know, sometimes pink, but pink primarily as a secondary. And the issue you run into with both blue and yellow as monocolor decks is you just do not have any great form of hard removal. You've got some soft removal through Frightening, of course. There's tons of Frightening in blue. And you've got some removal, some bounce removal in yellow, especially with cards like Tough Love to deal with high-power opposing threats.
Right.
But apart from that, your answers are relatively limited, and none of them are going to stick around for very long. Pink, of course, has the best option of all of these simply because you've got a lot of hard removal built in, but then you suffer from the fact that Pink doesn't have point acceleration. And, you know, Pink doesn't have...
Pink is the only color without point acceleration right now.
Orange?
Scrapbooking?
I'm not counting that as point acceleration. You have to build a Force of Will style deck in order to... Or not Force of Will, a Battle of Wit style deck in order to make Scrapbook Project work for point acceleration. Which I would still like to see somebody do, admittedly. Well, it looks like they're going to be courteous enough to us to provide us with another game.
Yeah. I think they realized that was a little too fast. And, I mean, they probably don't have much to do until the next round as well.
Sure.
So might as well play another game on stream. Is that a Gilda?
I'll have to check.
Yeah, that's a Gilda.
In his hand?
Yeah, in his hand.
Alright, so Brayburn's being banished, getting Bigwig into orange. And looks like Max is at 1 point right now. Banishing Brayburn for the Wonderbolt Stadium, and then hopefully playing another orange card here. Yeah, there's Trixie. Well, didn't need to banish Brayburn for that, but save that AT, I guess.
Right.
There we go. That is correct.
Alright, so it's currently tied at 1-1. But again, that AT advantage early, you know, it's one of the things that made Hot Wings very strong. It's one of the things that made Spookum Makookum very strong. And while you do have options for things like 2-bits, we don't see any of those in Max's hand. What we do see is kind of the turnabout, which is double Nightlighter in Max's hand.
Double Nightlighter. And at least one dilemma?
Two.
No, two dilemmas.
Yeah, he's got one Buck Bowl and one T-Rex.
And when I would like to play this one card I just drew, I will...
So let's see what Bigwig is going to choose to do here.
That changeling does seem a little sad though.
3. We'll pay 3.
No fear to live off of.
Oof. And a Thunder Lane coming down here from
Oh
Bigwig.
dear.
Well, if anything, this is... Oh, he's going to go ahead and frighten the Thunder Lane. Okay, good call with the Rutherford there. And his Changeling is going to be at more power, so
Yeah.
Bigwig does not score that point. So now with only 3 AT remaining, the question is, what do you do here? I mean, Changeling Drone does have the power.
I think you should have played the Rutherford to the other problem.
Probably so. He can still play the Nightglider over there and then play the Orange Swirl, and that'll be enough to confront because Changeling Drone has the extra power.
Oh, that's fair.
But that's using an extra card. Oh, he's just going to spend 1 to play Tyrek and frighten the Trixie. Okay, sure. And then, yeah, play the Nightglider and move Luna. Yep, that's fine.
Turnabout is fair play, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, frighten Trixie, absolutely. Go up 2 points, get Changeling Throne, or Changeling Drone up there. They rhyme. Squiggly flipped, 2 bits flipped.
10, 12, 16.
And definitely got that by more. 1 point for the bonus, plus
Another 2 for the Nightglider.
And it looks like we may have missed a point earlier. He did go up to 7 here, so he may have been at 2.
This match will last.
I think he confronted and then he passed turn the turn after.
Okay.
We
didn't mark that.
Yeah. That's why he had the AT for the Rutherford.
Now this is interesting that he's got kind of the Frightened synergy going on in the blue deck, and we're seeing it up against an orange player.
That's a family feud. What do you name here?
He named Buckball and he hit it.
Oh, okay.
So good call, I guess. Now if this is running Mystery Mare, well the problem is he's not going to have the color rec to play Mystery Mare.
And 1 for Changeling can change to.
Yeah, even rallying Trixie won't get you that.
No, it won't.
And
So just going to go ahead and unfrighten here? Oh yeah, because Thunderlane's a good choice.
Thunderlane is still very large, especially when you're effectively only paying 3 AT.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, well, that's a good draw, considering that both of those would have been hit by Family Feud had he drawn it 1 turn earlier.
Yeah, I just discarded this, so there's no way you have it in your hand. Wait, what?
So, I think if I'm in Max's position, I've got
4 AT.
I've got 4 AT. I know I'm down 1 2 bits because that's on the bottom of the deck now. I've got another Nightglider in hand. I think, given this problem setup, you just kind of let Bigwig go for the DFO next turn if he wants, and save your AT to have a more explosive turn with Nightglider in your dilemma afterwards.
Yeah, he could start a single problem face-off, but against Thunderlane, that's very risky.
Yeah, without any kind of frightening, I don't think that's the right call.
Right. So I think the correct call here is just say I've got 4 AT. It's not worth spending anything.
Well,
let's just pass.
He's
thinking about it though.
No, he's gonna go risky.
No, he's doing it. Okay.
11.
All right, so we're seeing 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 versus the 8, 9, 10, 11. And see, this is the problem you run into with using Nightglider against Thunderlane is you're just not going to be able to make up that power difference on its own.
Yeah, that's just not enough. So that was a lot of AT, like for 2 points.
Right, exactly. I mean
2 points is still 2 points, but
he did technically deny. Oh, did he flip into another Family Feud? Oh no, wait, no, that one didn't change. That's right. He did deny Thunderlane an easy method of getting power counters on him, because now Bigwig is going to have to spend more AT to move Thunderlane back up.
So you think that Gilda's going to be challenging Thunderlane anytime soon?
I'm gonna go with probably not. I'm I'm gonna say that that's likely not what's going to happen. Brotherly Love coming down, gonna put those counters on Applejack, at least one on Applejack for
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Thunderlane.
Oh, okay,
And I cannot let you have two without me putting
Oh,
them
yeah,
on.
you put those on Thunderlane, obviously. Like, get him in there.
sure. Did he remove? He did remove one counter to move
He
him
did
up there.
remove one,
Yeah, that's fine.
yes.
Okay, and then he
It
plays the Night Glider.
requires 6, so... Ooh, that looks like a point swing.
That's a good point.
Yeah, that's gonna be big.
That's
And
6 points? That's 6 points.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So
No, Family Feud is 2 bonus.
right, I was counting 1, 2 for the confront. Oh yeah, you're right. No, it is 6. Okay, and that does put him up to 9. I had already counted the confront for one problem.
Right. And now Thunderlane's had a scary 3 power. Or 3 plus 1 power tokens, rather.
Yep. And here we are again with Ready to Fight. Only 4 action tokens. Another Changeling Drone.
That's... Huh.
Now, in this board position, is it possible for Bigwig to simply win? Yes, it is. So he absolutely cannot.
Yeah,
He absolutely cannot allow Bigwig to go a turn without changing something.
Right, yeah, that's 6 points on the board, counting the Night Glider.
Right.
And Thunderlane can
Confront both of those on his own.
confront both problems by himself. So that's 0 power, 0 AT. Just needs to pay the 2 to move in Night Glider.
Yep.
So that's a scary spot to be in.
This is another play for Buckball that I do not like. You are playing these dilemmas for single confronts, and all you're doing is making it easier for your opponent to DFO. Dilemmas.
Yeah, I think what you had, considering his hand, I think the only option he actually had was to play Gilda challenging
Night Glider.
Night Glider. No, even then, that wouldn't be enough. It's 2 to rally, 2 to move. So that's 4 AT. That doesn't do anything.
And he'll go here.
I think he had just
I already did that.
yeah, I think he had no outs there, so he was just
Well,
confronting.
I think his out is pay 2 and hope to draw into a Rutherford.
Yeah, fair.
I mean, of course, the other dangerous part is we don't know if Bigwig was running Appaloosa or anything like that.
Oh, okay. Bigwig just says, "I want infinite points. I don't care that the game will end before I get 17 points. I want those extra 2 points."
Yeah. Plays the other Night Glider for good measure.
Four out. Yep.
Yep, that'll do it. I mean, the Changeling Drone is an interesting tech in blue, but I don't know.
I know your solution, and I know that.
I think the dual color aggro decks are just always going to have the edge because they've got that added utility, or the added versatility, I should say.
Yeah, versatility for sure.
How far down was the other one? Just curious.
Really though, I just want to see some tricolor aggro, man.
It's not going to happen.
No,
It's not going to happen.
no, it's not.
Not in this meta.
I tried to make it happen. I've seen a few people play it, but it's very, very infrequent.
The
Are they doing a game 3 for us?
I do not know. We'll have to see.
Do I get? Do I get extra credit for winning twice? No. Damn.
Well, while they're getting that set up, we're going to mess with one thing here on the back end, just for a moment.
I know, if I had looked. Yes, I do have it. Okay. 1.
No.
Zero is a terror.
No.
2.
Still no.
And we're back.
Lots of dedication.
And score phase.
It looks like they're debating going for another one.
The token. I have 3 cards in hand. Next thing I'm gonna do.
We'll have to see what the time remaining in this first round is.
It would be better because Fan Expo is like in November. Air conditioned.
It's 1 to 8. Sorry.
Maybe.
I already put it there.
The funds will be there.
I did that wrong.
Fan Expo, I'm never really big on the. I don't know. The odd guess.
So, a lot of blue and orange here, and not the blue and orange that we've typically seen in the past. We're not seeing like the Muffin Mare style aggro. We're seeing Bluna running orange, which was present at BronyCan last year, I believe. And then we're seeing, of course, at Gen Con we saw the AJ blue. Best limited color combination, good constructed color combination.
I mean, AJ, like, we've learned in the past that mains with more than 3 power are good for aggro decks. So
You don't say.
I'm bad.
It'll take us a while to get there. Just tell one of them what you want, and I'll text you and then I'll keep receipts so people.
Meticulous. Top.
There we go.
Topping.
So yeah, it looks like they're going for a game 3, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, might as well kill some time. It's fast aggro decks. You can get through a lot of those games quickly.
Game 3.
Yeah, so have we seen any disruption in the blue and orange players yet?
Yes, he had a Rutherford on the field when we came in at the first game. So we know
Okay,
we know
yeah.
he's running Rutherford, which is to be
Sure,
expected.
sure. Yes. But any bailouts?
No,
Popcorn?
no, and I don't think Bailout is a good decision in that deck simply because you're giving up your card advantage in an aggro deck, which I don't think is what you want to be doing.
Fair. Well, I mean, depends on the aggro deck.
Well, Blue Orange,
Spookum Makukum uses it very, very effectively because it wants those cards in the discard.
sure, this one doesn't seem to be as
No.
focused on that. We're not seeing Apple Blooms. We're not seeing.
Yeah. Double diamonds.
Right, exactly.
Mac and Jacks.
One doesn't count because it's 3. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. 4 is 8.
Oh, and something we didn't even consider. These are both Bluna players that are each running decks in the same sleeve colors.
10 minutes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm sure that doesn't get confusing. Oh, we've got an Ember over on Max's side. That's interesting. We saw it flipped earlier.
5.
True.
Reroll.
I know. This is an immediate that's moved too, isn't it?
You win that one by a lot more than 5.
Immediate event moves too.
Good. Very
Like,
good. But
yeah.
you do have a neg letter on
No,
the field.
actually, I don't think it's an immediate event that it moves
Yeah.
to.
I know there's
Yeah, I'm not keeping that hand.
There's a permanent
keep
interface one too.
I
Alright,
feel
Looks like he
like
is going
my-
to go ahead and keep the Ember in there. Not a lot of early game potential. I mean, also both players running under Lock and Tree. Kind of an interesting move considering you are running a 2-color Bluna deck. I guess he really just wants to try to prevent the turn 2 DFO in response.
So what is that?
Maybe, yeah.
They're solo like
But yeah, it is surprising because he is running the stadium.
Right, exactly.
And like we saw, the only way he had to play that turn 1 before playing his entry was to banish other entry.
We know he is running AJ, which is, of course, to be expected in a Bluna orange deck because, you know, 1 AT, get a friend down, move your main, also has the potential to go diligent, also gets you entry into your orange color a little bit. Like, there's some good plays there.
Right.
Still cute though. Okay.
But to not run Trading Traditions is an interesting strategy. But they're in the Bluna meta, so maybe they know their local opposition more than we do.
Maybe, yeah.
We went to the Richmond night market and
Oh,
they
yeah.
had like this thing where they had
And I will
little
write
characters as like
in-
little octopi. You can
Can I ask, did you enjoy it? Because like I haven't been in a few years, and is it still like a million phone case stalls?
So, 8 minutes.
8 minutes remaining in time.
That's what Cheese just announced. It sounded like.
Oh, it looks like he did mulligan, actually.
So that's a lot of dilemmas in Max's hand.
Two go.
I mean, it's a risk you take. I don't actually know if he has a playable friend early. I don't think he does. Unless that was an Ember, he does not have a playable friend, even moving Luna up to Underlock and Tree.
Nope, those are all 3 or 4 rec friends.
Main phase. Oh shit! I should not have kept this hand.
Yep. Well,
We mulligan, so
you mulliganed, you had no choice. You had to keep it.
Well, yeah, that's So he could have paid 1 to draw and try and draw a rainbow-powered Rainbow Dash.
Yeah, but I don't know if you actually do that here, or if you just.
Well, there's Trixie flipping Bluna.
Yeah.
four phase, 1.
That's it. There it was.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he can go for it now. Plays 1. Plays Rainbow Dash.
3 AT. Can Rutherford, but not enough. Oh, wait, that's Underlock and Tree. He can actually DFO here, yes.
Well, even
or
if
he could do it that way, too.
I mean, yeah, T-Rex Reign of Terror is probably what he wants to do.
I don't think so. I think I would have played the Scootaloo to Underlock and Tree. That's 1. Then played Rutherford there to Underlock and Tree. That bringing over Bluna, and that would have been 7 because of Lock and Tree, and he would have the exact same net result, except he would still have he would have another friend in play instead of a T-Rex Reign in the discard.
Yeah, but I don't know if you actually want to have another friend in play as Bluna, or if you'd rather have that friend in hand, especially considering he's got 3 dilemmas in hand. He's not
That's
exactly
true.
for
He does
want
have
of them.
3 dilemmas. Though it is kind of a bummer just wasting that Frighten.
Well, I don't know if I'd call that wasting. He's getting him out of Orange Wreck for a turn. He's at least stalling
Well,
him.
no, because he had the Rutherford and the T-Rex Reign.
Oh, okay,
So,
gotcha. Well, let's see what he's going to do.
well, 3 versus 2 against Dash.
Yeah.
Well, Rainbow is not scared of Gilda. Cannon enforced.
5, 7.
Yeah.
Damn.
Game 1.
All right. And that's going to put Bigwig up to 2. And I neglected to
Well,
score
there's
match
another
points.
Rutherford.
Draw for turn.
With 3 AT, I don't think he can DFO.
Well, let's see. He's got another T-Rex, but
Yeah.
no cost reduction.
No. Yeah. This is still a solid 1 point. He can secure his lead.
Scootaloo's kind of an interesting choice. It does give it some value even after it's been in play for a while.
Right, yeah.
Not exactly having to move that from home and try to shut down opposing Night Gliders.
Yeah, exactly. It helps with your Night Gliders, and it helps against the opponent's Night Gliders. And, if you're in mono blue, I think she's a fine choice. Well, there's a Thunderlane.
It's got to be, right? Yep, there it is.
1 down to 5.
Now that's 2 points over on Bigwig's side, and we're going into a face-off here. A 4 flip versus a 3 flip.
6, 8.
With the competitive, I think he still ends up getting that.
Yeah.
But he does have the Night Glider. He could frighten the Thunderlane.
Let's fright Scooty.
With Night Glider?
No, he has a Rutherford in hand.
Yeah, but you said Night Glider.
Oh, sorry. He's choosing not to. That's interesting.
I think he's going to try and deny the DFO. Yeah, I think I would have just tried to score the point there.
Game 3, draw the turn.
Double. Oh, maybe he's just trying to DFO here with his 5 AT.
Maybe. I mean, he'll definitely be able to do so with Changeling Drone in hand. That's not going to be a problem.
Yeah, Changeling Drone to
Opposing problem.
Bigwig's Firewind ready to fight.
Right.
Then he plays Rutherford to his.
Right.
Oh no, then he's still 1 power short.
That's true.
I think he needs to use the Terex here.
He might. That's true. So pays
So he
1
plays
for Terex.
Drone to his, then 1 for Terex Rain, and then 2 for Nightglider.
Yeah, for
and that
sure.
gives him a lot of points, scares the Thunder Lane. So yeah, I think it was actually correct for him to not scare the Thunder Lane. He wanted to save the move.
Yeah, but he just drew the Changeling Drone. He had no knowledge that was
That's
coming.
fair. That's true.
Pay 2.
He does see the right play, though.
Oh well, okay. He played it to the other one. He wants to be techier.
And of course, the 2 ready to fights are going to cancel each other out, but that's
Right.
not really going to matter. He's going to be well ahead in terms of power in this face-off.
And there goes another Thunder Lane.
Yep. So that one's gone.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12. More than 2. plus
Yes.
2.
More than 5. You're fine. 2 bonus plus another 2 for the Nightglider.
Moving the frightened Thunder Lane for free. I like that. He knows he wants it active.
I mean, it's probably his best choice, especially if he's got something like a Brotherly Love in hand, which we don't necessarily know about. What's
He
the
has
record
no
then?
orange wreck.
Well, he's got a Trixie Frighten on the field.
Yeah, he's got the friend Trixie. But isn't Brotherly off 3?
It might be. I can't remember. Now, what to do here? That's the question. Just plays AJ. Confronts. Gets to 6. Max still at 10.
I think you got the game. Well, I could just stall at this point. 3.
We've got 4 AT.
So you get 1 more turn. Because we're going to hit time limit in like a minute. It is a fun game. Yeah.
Let's see. I'm trying to think. He's still got the Rutherford, so he knows he can stop the Thunder Lane DFO
That's down to 4.
if he needs to. If somehow Thunder Lane gets power counters.
Right.
Yeah. So I can go.
There's not really a great play using the Nightglider here. You could move the throne or the drone. I keep calling it throne. Move that up there, and then what? Play Rutherford. Move Luna, Frightened Thunder Lane. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. And there goes double diamond. So he does have double diamonds.
Yeah, 1.
That's going to be 11, 12, 13. Yeah, 13
Yeah,
to
it looks
6
like
at the
they're
end.
packing it up though because time was called, so they're gonna just get ready for the next game.
Yep. Well, congratulations to Bigwig for that explosive 7-minute game that we saw earlier. And well fought, Max. You did come back and get that last game.
Does look like we have 12 total people in this tournament.
Following multiple weekends of conventions, that's not too bad.
Well, and for our U.S. players anyway, that would also involve crossing the border, which is not trivial.